Hello everybody and welcome to Beer Reviews with me, your host Jack. And for tonight's little beer we have a rather amazing looking can. Can you see that? Isn't that awesome? It's got this, I assume it's kind of Chinese style graphic on the front of it, depicting a nice little warrior fighting against a green dragon, or a Jade dragon you might say, because this beer is indeed called Jade. It's an American pale ale and it's brewed with some oats, some crystal rye and Pacific Jade hops, hence the name. And it's by 18th Street Brewery, who from Gary, Indiana. Sort of, generalising massively, kind of near Chicago. In American terms, they are near. And this is a brewery that I first found at Copenhagen Beer Celebration, and their entire range is just so good. It's really well designed. There are no weak beers in the range that I tried, although they did, of course, bring some rather heavy hitters and some rather cool beers. They were all of a very high standard and finish, and the guys themselves were absolutely awesome. Really cool, fantastic to chat to. Just general awesome dudes. So when I saw these online on the Michelob web store, I kind of had to pick them up, and this is the first of three that we've got, all equally really cool to look at. But I thought I want to give this one, pardon me, give this one a try first. In typical American fashion, I'm finding it really hard to find the ABV on the side of this can, but memory serves me correctly, I think it's 7-ish%. Sorry, there we go, importation label, 7.2%. So it's actually pretty strong for an APA. Well, that's kind of cool, I like that. Obviously those oats and rye are giving it a little extra edge, so is it a rye pale ale, or is it an oatmeal rye pale ale, who knows. Also, look at that, individualised. Can you see its labels on these cans? So I'm going to try and take them off and do something with them. But it's similar to what quite a few UK breweries are doing at the moment. I'm assuming getting mobile canning line to come in and then just sticking their own labels on. Otherwise, they have a canning line in situ, but not. They're just putting labels on rather than having screen printed cans, which is totally up to them. In this case, with these cans, actually, it looks kind of awesome, and I'm not fussed at all. I'm not fussed really in general with any can doing it, but we have different ideas at Atom. We would like to get some of our own screen printed cans probably, but we'll see. Who knows? I love cans, I really want my beers to be in cans, and hopefully we can afford it soon. So, pouring out into a glass, we have a nice hazy looking beer here actually. It kind of reminds me of some of the East Coast IPAs and pale ales. Can you see if I put my finger behind it? There is no clarity there at all. That's totally fine with me. But it reminds me of those kind of juice bomb East Coast pale ales, which is pretty cool. Nice tight head on it as well. Sticking around for the ride, definitely. And it's gorgeous apricotty peachy colour. Looks great. So let's get a nose in there and give it a good old smell. Ooh, yeah. Wow, it's definitely almost like almost kind of like the grapefruit sculpin. Really perfumey, floral, and great, yeah, grapefruity nose, but like totally fresh squeezed grapefruit. Not on that kind of hoppy sense, but in a literal fruity sense. A little bit of kind of piney notes behind that as well. But it smells remarkably fresh. I don't know when this was canned, but it has a really juicy nose to it. You can also smell a kind of bit sweet malt behind it, but in particular it's this kind of fresh squeezed grapefruit juice. Might even be a little bit peachy because, forgive me, I have a little bit of a cold, but it's kind of a bit softer than your average kind of grapefruit, which is a little bit more of that acidic sort of nose, but it smells juicy as anything. Really does. Oh, can't wait. Cheers everyone, let's get in there and give it a try. Yes. Oh, that's really good. There's a lot of rye actually at the beginning. Nice spicy. And a caramelized rye flavours right at the beginning. And then that perfumed floral and grapefruit, juicy flavour comes through at the end. There's a nice bit of pine in it. The more it kind of finishes, actually, the more kind of bready and crackery it gets as well. Very soft and big and rounded on the palate, tons of body to it. But there's no kind of harshness, not too much in the way of bitterness. It's not kind of palate tearingly bitter. It's definitely juicy and rounded and smooth. So I can see why it's an APA, American Pale Ale, rather than an IPA, because it's got that rounded, more balanced note. I guess you could call it, to some extent, an more English IPA. There's some balancing malt behind it, and a kind of less bitterness, but it's juicy. I mean, look at that. There must be so much hot resin or kind of, again, I am assuming, because of the clarity, They might be using English ale strains like the East Coast of America, kind of fruity, yeasty esters in there as well. It drinks a hell of a lot lower than 7.2%. This is dangerous, dangerous stuff, and it's rather nice. Cool. I'm not surprised. I know the range is really cool, but I wanted to try some of their things. The specific Jade hops are just fruity as anything, and I never realised how kind of grapefruits they are because of their location being Pacific, obviously, rather than typical US hops. But they are very, very juicy, and the crystal rye comes through amazingly. That oat's probably giving that nice slick mouthfeel. Tons of crackery malts in there to support the hops. Great. Juicy beers. Really enjoying the juicy beers at the moment. So if you're lucky enough, try and pick some up off the Mikkeller web store before they all go, particularly UK friends. US might be easier to find, but UK and EU friends at least, get your hands on some before they all go, because they probably will be awesome. This one is great, the Jade. And as always, please like, favourites, comment and subscribe. I'd love to hear your opinions. It really means a lot to me if you get in touch with me. Until next baby review, cheers.